Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my second Shop My Stash video. So I did a Shop My Stash video back in, I think, December. That was my first Shop My Stash, in which I showed and I shared with you guys 4 products which I had not used for a very long time and which I want to get back onto. And it's been almost 2 months since that video, and those products I've been using a ton. First of all, let me tell you that I am so happy that my first Shop My Stash has been a very successful one, because I feel like all of those products I have been using like literally like constantly. They're all in my everyday makeup drawer right now as well, and I just wanted to share like a quick like rundown of just sharing a few things about them, and sharing like how I absolutely fell in love with them the 2 months that I have been using them. But if you're not interested in that, you can definitely skip on ahead if you just want to know the products which I'm going to put in my second Shop My Stash like batch. So yeah, I'll leave a timestamp in the description box of when I start talking about the newer products which I'm adding in. But yeah, before that, I quickly want to talk about these products just a little bit, like here and there. So first of all, we have the Nivea Men Sensitive Cooling Aftershave Balm. This is basically like a men's beauty product, like an aftershave balm, but this is also something which became very popular, and I think Nikki Tutorials was the one who started talking about this, and she started using this as a primer. And after watching her, like, everyone started doing this and everyone started trying it out, and a lot of people who have seen a lot of people whose videos I've watched about this, they all tend to like this, and I did try it out as well after one of my friend tried it out. Like, if you watch the video in which my friend Nidhi does my makeup, in that video she's the one who tried this out, and this is the primer that she used for me, and I love the way it felt in my skin after she applied it on my skin. And that after that video I actually ended up buying this, and I loved it and I used it a ton. I'm also very close to using this up. I put it in my project pan as well, and yeah, I absolutely love it. Will I repurchase this after I finish it? Definitely. It's also, again, like I mentioned, very close to being done, and I absolutely freakingly love this, and I'm so happy that I just rediscovered it because of my Shop My Stash series. Moving on, next we have 2 Colorpop products, and again I feel so bad even mentioning them or talking about them because they are not available anymore. They have been discontinued. Colorpop brings out new products, and then after a few months they end up like discontinuing it. So yeah, these are products which are, again, I feel like more than a year old. Like, I have owned these for more than a year, and even I bought it like quite a while later after they were launched. These are very old products, and Colorpop probably launched them like 3 to 4 years back or something like that. But yeah, one of them is the Alex Ren times Colorpop collaboration. I think that's how you say her name, I'm not sure. But this is the bronzer right here from that duo, and there was a highlighter right here which I popped out, and I like actually decluttered that. I gave it away to a friend. But the bronzer is something which I had in my Shop My Stash, and I absolutely loved using it. It's one of my favorite. This bronzer is actually what got me into bronzing, and now I absolutely love using a bronzer. First I thought it was something we don't need, like Indian complexion, like we already have a more warm complexion, and we are a little bit on the more like darker side of the spectrum, not extremely dark, but we're more towards the darker side. And I was someone who always believed like you don't need a bronzer because you already have, you know, all of that color in your skin. But after using this, I'm so obsessed. I don't care how dark I get, I'll still use a bronzer. That is how much I love this. And also the highlighter, both of these products I have mentioned in my January favorites video as well. But I also have the Colorpop, the Knockout Duo, and this is the highlighter. And the blush which I showed you earlier, which was next to the bronzer, is actually what was in here, but I popped that out and put it there. But this is the highlighter. It's a more golden toned highlighter. Again, I absolutely freakingly love this. Mentioned it in my January favorites video as well. I'm not going to talk too much about these products because, again, I have mentioned in my January favorites video. You can go and watch that video as well if you want to. I'll leave a link in the description box. And last but not the least, the 4th product which I have I had mentioned is, again, one of my absolute favorites. I don't have it right now with me to show it to you because it's probably somewhere in one of my bags or something like that, but I'm not able to find it currently. So yeah, I'll leave a picture somewhere on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. But if you regularly watch my videos, then you would know, and I'm sure you've seen this product multiple times. It's the Lakme Masaba Lips in the shade Caramel Toffee. It's a beautiful peachy warm caramelly nude sort of a color. I absolutely freakingly love it. Like, the color has my heart. It's not available anymore. I can't find it on Nykaa, and it was a limited edition collection, so I believe that, you know, they're gonna, like, they've stopped manufacturing it and they're not gonna have more pieces out anymore, which again absolutely breaks my heart, because I need to find a dupe for that shade. Like, that is a shade which I always need to have in my collection forever, so I need to find a dupe for that shade as soon as possible. But yeah, that's another shade which I absolutely freakingly love, and I'm just using it constantly all the time. Now moving on to the products which I have for my next Shop My Stash. So the first product is the Makeup Revolution Luxury Banana Powder. So it's basically a banana tone loose powder. Now this is a powder which I mentioned in my yearly favorites as well for 2018. This is actually a product which I don't tend to use very often. Now the reason why I love using this, and the reason why I actually love this product just in general, is because on days where I feel like I don't take very good care of my skin and I don't do a very good like skincare routine, my skin tends to get a little bit like dull, and it just lacks that brightness and that, you know, just beautiful glow. And on those days when I use this loose powder, the banana tone and the brightness that this product gives, it actually like just masks all the dullness, and I feel like all the dullness goes away after I use this, and that's the reason why I absolutely love it. But like you can see, you can like hardly tell that I have used this product. Now I have used it, like, I'm sure at least 10 to 15 times overall since I have owned this. But this comes with a ton of product. It comes with 42 grams of product, I believe, and I really need to use this product because I've had it for a few months and I've not used it enough, even though I absolutely love the quality. So I feel like I need to use it more. And even on days where I feel like my skin does not, it's not like, even if it's not dull, and even if it's not even if it does not lackluster, and just basically all of that stuff, I hope I'm able to you know, convey what I'm trying to say. Even when my skin is like normal and I have taken good care of my skin, I still feel like I should be using this, because again, I need to use up. This comes with a ton of product in it, so I think I need to use this more. So yeah, that's the reason I'm putting it in my shop my stash, because hopefully that way I'll be able to use it more. The next product which we have is the Avon Simply Pretty Shine No More Pressed Powder. So it's basically like, you know, a compact powder, but the reason why I'm putting this in, and just let me tell you a little bit about the product. It's basically a you know, face powder. I'm sorry to blind you, but yeah, it's basically a face powder which is a lot, I would say, first of all, it's not the right shade for me. Secondly, it's a lot more, I would say, peachy and like orangey, so it's not going to suit my complexion if I use it as a face powder. But I do use it as like a blush topper. Now it's not shimmery or anything, it's completely matte, it's a compact powder, but I mentioned I use it like a blush topper over my Maybelline Color Show blush precisely. So currently I have the Maybelline Color Show blush on my face, and I haven't used a ton of product, which is why it's not like popping and it's not like too bright. But a lot of times I like end up putting like too much, and sometimes it's just too pink for a particular look which I'm going for. So on those days and those times, I like to put this as a blush topper over to kind of neutralize the pinkiness and make it a little bit more like peachy pink. So that will suit like more makeup looks, and just you know, kind of like a variation. So I think that's the reason why I use this. And I've, again, like you can see, hit pan. Let me show you a little closer. So I have hit pan on this, but I've hit pan quite a while back, and since the past few months I haven't really been using either the Maybelline blush or this. I have got back to using the Maybelline blush, but I have not been using this a ton, so I just thought of putting it in my Shop My Stash, so that way I'll be able to use it more. Moving on, next we have the Blue Heaven Line and Design Sketch Eyeliner. So this is basically like a pen eyeliner. It's got a felt tip, and again, this is an eyeliner which I honestly just forgot that I had in my collection, so I thought I want to like get back to using it and see how I like it and all of that, so then I'll be able to share a review as well. And by the way, these are all products which I have in my everyday makeup drawer as well. So I specifically put these products in my everyday makeup drawer because I knew I want to add them to my next Shop My Stash. So when I do a review for the my everyday makeup drawer. I'm planning on doing like an everyday makeup drawer part 9 review specifically. Again, spoiler, because I don't think I mentioned that in my last everyday makeup drawer. I'm not sure, because honestly it's been such a long time since I filmed. And yeah, just so I will be doing a review, and most of these products I will be mentioning in my review as well. I'll try mentioning almost all of them, so I feel like you'll be able to get a better feel about how I think about these products and like what is my updated thoughts on them and all of those things. So yeah, we have the Blue Heaven eyeliner, and last but not the least, I have the Makeup Revolution Iconic Lights and Contour Pro. So it's basically a contour and highlight palette, and you have four more like highlight shades. So one is a banana shade, one is just like a whiter powder, and then we have 2 highlights, and then we also have 4 like contour bronzer sort of shades. Now I will say that 3 of these shades are more on the cooler tone side, so they are more like bronzers. These 3, 1, 2, 3, but this shade is a little bit more warmer and it's more like a bronzer shade. But yeah, we have 4 contour bronzer shades and then 4 highlight shades. So this is a palette which again I absolutely freakingly love, but I feel like for a few months in the middle I kind of stopped using it. Like once I got onto the bronzer train and I was using this bronzer, I totally forgot about this contour palette, and it just got like, it just went back to my regular collection and I had completely stopped using it. So I definitely wanted to get back onto contouring and using this palette just in general, because it's one of the most it's one of the best palettes which I have discovered personally, which is available in the Indian market, because I feel like there are not a lot of options available, and there aren't a lot of affordable options like this one. Again, it's not like super duper affordable. It's almost 2000 if you buy it at the regular MRP. It's 1750, but I still feel like it's a very good quality product. If you're someone who absolutely loves makeup, then it's just a great purchase just in general, and a great product to have in your collection. But yeah, again, I went on to a completely different tangent. What I was basically trying to convey is that it's a product which I have not used a ton, so I wanted to get back onto using it, which is why I put it in my shop my stash. And yes, I've been talking a ton, so yeah, I'm gonna finally sign off from the video. And yeah, those are all the products which I had in my shop my stash earlier, and then I also mentioned products which I'm gonna add to my second shop my stash. And I hope that you found this video helpful and just fun to watch, informative, any of that stuff. And if you did, then please subscribe to my channel, because it would mean the absolute world to me. And also hit a notification bell button which is next to the subscribe button, because that way you'll get a notification every single time I post a new video. I'll also leave the links to all of these products in the description box, just in case you're interested in checking any of them out. And I'll also leave my social media handles in the description box. I have an Instagram and a Snapchat, so you can also follow me there. And yes, that was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.